Hi, it's B and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to make a dessert and I'm half winging it. So right now I have coconut oil heating up in the pan and I'm going to be using coconut oil, cashew butter, some organic almond flour, some monk fruit sweetener, a little pinch of vanilla, a tiny bit of baking powder, and this pumpkin spice whipped honey, and possibly some of these non-dairy chocolate chips. Sorry you can't see them, but it's gluten-free, they're non-dairy. I'm sure. Dark chocolate. Yes, chips. And in here I have black beans, cauliflower, quinoa, and in here that's what that is. And I'm going to cook it a little bit and then I'm going to grind it up and then add some almond flour, I think. I don't know. You're going to know when I know. Okay, so I just added some more coconut oil. It's about, I don't know, a heaping tablespoon. Not like too much. But in my cookie recipe, it calls for coconut oil. So I just figured, it melted coconut oil. So I just figured why not add it to this. And the black beans I decided to add because I've had black bean brownies before. They taste delicious, just like chocolate. So I'm going to cook this on medium for a little bit, just so the cauliflower gets soft. I am going to bake it in the oven on 350. I'm not really sure how long. But I want to make sure that the cauliflower gets cooked so it's not a hard, crunchy consistency. And the quinoa is already cooked. I cooked that this morning. I just didn't put it in the fridge. So I'm going to add cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice, and a pinch of sea salt. And again, I've never done this. And after this is done cooking where it's soft, I'm going to chop it so it gets like a paste consistency. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's how I see it in my head. So we'll see how it works out. Alright, so I added about, I don't know, a heaping tablespoon of the honey that I showed in here. It's really smelling good. It's smelling like coconut dessert. I'm going to cook it a little bit longer. Turn the heat down a little bit. Smelling my honey. Oh yeah. Winging it. I literally just finished eating and doing the dishes and I'm already making a dessert because my brain just won't stop putting it together. But I use these ingredients for dinner. I made a black bean, kale, quinoa, and cauliflower rice. And this was left over, but I already kind of had it planned loosely in my brain. So, yeah, obviously I'm not putting the kale in there, but I did think about it. But the black beans and cauliflower rice are left over, and the quinoa from what I just had for dinner. And I'm going to bake a dessert with the rest. Why not? So I added the cinnamon, I added the pumpkin pie. I'm going to add a pinch of vanilla, not here. I'm not going to cook it. But alright, so this is probably done because I know it's still going to cook in the oven. So it's probably like 3-4 minutes on medium to high. Smells delicious. You already know. Just call it delicious. Alright, so I just put about a heaping tablespoon of cashew butter in here before I turn it off, and I'm just going to melt it in. I might still add more. I'm not sure. Yep, just going to melt it, and then I'm putting it in the chopper. Oh yeah, looking like cookie batter. Okay, so in this bowl I have the monk fruit sweetener, a half a cup, and I have a cup of almond flour. And here's my mixed creation getting ready to get chopped up. Then I'm going to add it all together. And then I'm going to add some dark chocolate chips, possibly some vanilla, and an egg. Sorry, my lighting doesn't seem that great, but I just started to mix it up. I did add 1 egg and I added 2 tablespoons more of melted coconut. And this is the consistency that it came out. And I did add probably a tablespoon of my caramel creamer, non-dairy, that I show in other videos. And it's exactly the consistency that I want. So I'm just going to keep mixing. Alright, so I just added 1 cup of oats. And I did add probably about a teaspoon of vanilla when it was in the chopper. And the creamer was added when it was in the chopper. But the 2 melted tablespoons of coconut were added on top of the dry ingredients, and so was the egg that was not put in the chopper. I added about 2 more tablespoons of cashew butter, And I added some chopped macadamia nuts that you really can't see, but some chopped mac nuts and some hemp seeds in here, and a little bit more cinnamon and a little bit more sea salt. And I'm just gonna keep stirring. It tastes so good. It's, oh my goodness, you would never know there was cauliflower in here at all. Okay, so I'm adding like, I don't know, 2 tablespoons more of cashew butter, and I mixed in the honey, probably less than a tablespoon in here already. And then I added a tiny bit of the caramel creamer and pumpkin pie creamer, like not even 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna mix that in and add it. Then I think I might be ready to put it in the oven. Alright, so I added some dark chocolate chips. They are non-dairy, nut-free, gluten-free, free from 14 allergens. Enjoy life. Yes. Alright, so it's probably not even half a cup, honestly, because I want to be able to eat these. So, but enough just to give it that nice, like dark chocolate and cashew butter oatmeal flavor. That's what I'm going for, and Macnuts. Probably I might add some more Macnuts. I'm trying to make my favorite cookie, which growing up was white chocolate macadamia nut cookie, but I don't have white chocolate and I wouldn't use white chocolate. And then I used to like the oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make my favorite cookies combined. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to add some more Macnuts. Alright, so I just added 6 macadamia nuts. I cut them by hand. I didn't use my chopper because I wanted the pieces to be bigger because I actually want to taste it. And if I had more mac nuts, I'd probably add more and whole pieces or whole nuts, but this is all I have left. So I'm going to mix this up and start forming some cookies. Okay, so I decided to make brownies with that batter and one individual dessert cup brownie like I did the other day. So again in here, I have about a half a cup of quinoa, a whole cup of oats, I have a half a cup of black beans, and I have about 2 cups of cauliflower rice, and I have coconut oil, probably all together less than half a cup. Yeah, definitely less than half a cup. I'm sorry, like I really winged it and I didn't write anything down. I have about a half a cup of dark chocolate chips. I have a teaspoon of vanilla and about a teaspoon of baking soda. Pinch of sea salt, probably about a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice and cinnamon. And what else? I have about a tablespoon and a half of my caramel non-dairy creamer, and I have a half a cup of monk fruit sweetener, which I did show all this in the beginning of the video, but those are just the measurements. My oven is on 350, and I'm going to start with 20 minutes and see how that goes. My pan is greased in coconut oil, and I did melt the coconut oil and saute the cauliflower rice, the black beans, and the half a cup of quinoa in coconut oil for about maybe 5 minutes before I mix it in my chopper and put it in here. But that should be all in the beginning of the video. All right, I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. I'm excited. Ooh, oh, and I have cashew butter. Duh, cashew butter, oatmeal, dark chocolate chip brownies. That's the whole point of the brownies, is to make it like cashew butter, oatmeal, dark chocolate chip. And and macadamia nuts. See how it all comes back to me now, because I was putting my 2 favorite cookies together, substituting white chocolate chip with dark chocolate chips. Yes, because my favorite cookies are white chocolate chip and macadamia nuts that I do not eat anymore, and oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. So this is my combination brownie. All right, so my oatmeal, cashew butter, dark chocolate, macadamia nut, dark chocolate chip macadamia nut brownie bars are done in my little cup. I cut into it. It's moist. It's delicious. Perfect. Oven was on 350 for 24 minutes. I'm going to let it cool, and then I'm going to cut into them. They are good. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Look at that. Perfectly moist. Delicious. Just call it delicious. Just call it delicious. So I took this piece out of my bowl, and this is what it looks like. Just wanted to show how moist you can see it. It's so good. Look at the piece of macadamia nut and dark chocolate chip. These are cooling. So delicious. Perfectly made, especially for something I just winged. Yum. You can't even tell there's cauliflower or black beans in this at all. I just snuck 2 vegetables into a dessert. I'm so far from done. Definitely should have put more black beans because black bean brownies are made with no chocolate and they taste like chocolate, and that's what made me think to do that. And I said, well, cauliflower is flavorless. I can add whatever I want. Yep. And so is quinoa. So, yeah, and there's quinoa in here. Amazing. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Just call it delicious. I don't know what to call it. So, it's delicious. You already know. Just in case you didn't catch how moist the bowl was. I cut into it and it's just as moist. It's so delicious. Okay. Repeat and repeat went into the store. Repeat came out, was left in the store. Repeat! But really, guys, look. Yum. Oh, yeah. Any of my ice creams would be delicious on top of this. But we already know that, right? It's called delicious. Okay. Anyway. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.